Alec, it's time for the Survivor China season
It's
finale.
time. It is time. Time to shine for one lucky contestant, one lucky castaway. It's gonna be a winner.
That's right, and we're here to
It's not gonna be
witness it.
PG.
It
It's
will
not gonna be
not be
PG.
PG. Spoilers.
And it's unfortunate, but it happens.
Yeah, we're down to our final
So,
four. You previously had the
mhm.
power ranking going into the finale. You had Todd, Amanda, Courtney, Denise. All right, you said you're rooting for Denise. You're rootinest,
Mhm.
tootinest contestant.
For this underdog, I've genuinely, even though like I've been very critical of Denise this whole time. There, I feel like she's just kind of Todd's a little lapdog, but like I don't know. There's something of there's like an underdog feeling that I'm kind of sort of rooting for a little bit here. So
Hard
I
not
don't know if
to.
it would like feel good that much if like she won. She's definitely not like a feel good like the person that would be like, wow, she played the best game. But there's still some kind of like a G Willikers underdog. Like I was in this the whole time, and I allied myself with the right people, and I did, even though I was like left out of stuff, I did still fight and try my hardest to do things and to do what I could.
Right.
There's it feels less bad than some other people who could have been a potential winner in the final four. So like, but I don't know. We'll see. I highly doubt she's going to come through here,
Oh yeah, and who'd you put your money
but
on
yeah.
to win if you had to put your money on anyone?
Todd or Amanda? I think I'm leaning more towards Todd. Todd's kind of the easy like he's pissed a lot of people off, but he's played like the most like in command game, you know. So he's
Yeah.
kind of the person that I would. But the thing is like if Amanda can flip everything on him, it's her easily, I think. But
All right.
yeah,
Well, should we get into it? Should we just get into it?
I think I think we should just go. We should just get
All
into it.
right,
I think
folks.
yeah.
This is I don't know if you might be joining us for the first time. I don't know if people just find the finale sometimes, but feel
Maybe.
free to go back check out. We've done every episode this season. We've done every episode of every season since Survivor Thailand. We've done reactions to. I've seen them already. I'm a big fan. I've been taking Alec through them for the first time, so it's always his first-hand reaction. He doesn't know any of the results or what's to come in any future seasons, so it's always fresh. It's a great little journey we got going on. You can go on our channel. There's a playlist, all the Survivor seasons and everything. Also on my website, zacharcher.net/survivor. It has all the different seasons laid out there. You just click on the one you want to watch. And
Hmm.
we've got a lot. We've got hundreds of Survivor videos. And this is going to
Love
be,
it.
I mean, is this like our 10th finale we've reacted to potentially?
I think it has to be because what? Because
Thailand was season
yeah, because
5.
Thailand was season five. So yeah, wow, that's
Wow.
wild.
All right.
Uh,
Well, let's see. Let's see how it goes. See how it ends. As
all right.
always, there will be an extended one since the episode's longer. It'll be little bit of longer reaction highlights. Uh, if you click the link in the description below, you can go check that out. Afterwards, come back for discussion. We'll also be doing relatively soon the reunion episode as well. And then after that, we'll be doing an in-depth season review. So anything, we'll do a brief discussion on the episode, but anything we don't get into, we'll be fleshing out fully when it comes time to do that. So check it out. Click the link in the
All
description
right.
below and come back afterwards. All right.
Yeah. See you then.
All right. There it is. That was the Survivor
There it
China
is.
finale. Todd's the winner.
That is it.
What you
Bing
think?
bang freaking boom. Yeah, I mean, I think not taking Denise or not voting Denise out. I think that completely cooked Amanda right there. I mean, I think that
Mm-hmm.
as I said, I think that just totally she totally invalidated her position. I think she would have if she'd gotten Todd out. I feel like she would have had a genuine chance at winning. Um, but keeping him in, it's like you have the two people who have like been together battling it out. And Courtney's kind of there too, but Courtney's got her own interesting sort of story, her own little interesting points. But yeah, I mean, it just to me, it's like she sort of she sort of gave him the $1 million there in a certain way. I mean, like, because gave it in a certain way because like he played a great game. I mean, you can't deny that he played an extremely strategic game. It was moving, it was fluid. He made the right moves when he needed to. He made the right decisions when he kind of needed to. He deferred to others when he needed to. It was like you don't usually see that um with kind of the victors, like of him sort of like deferring to the rest of his alliances. So um yeah, I mean it's uh it's maybe not a surprising outcome, but it is a satisfying because it's
Right.
I think the person who's probably most deserving to win. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think John Ribeiro was saying that Todd stole $1 million because also yeah, because he answered the questions so well, and Amanda did not
yeah,
really
you did.
as nearly as well. I was like the we got like two things out of it. It was like the James vote. I did the James vote, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry if I
right.
hurt your feelings. There
Right, it
was
was
so much
she was
more
playing the
to
sympathy. Yeah,
so much more to Todd and Courtney's answers. Really, it's like
yeah, for sure.
I don't think
Because
Amanda
yeah,
is
Amanda was
necessarily
just
the
kind of like,
best speaker in these situations. I don't know.
no,
But you could tell
yeah,
even like
she
at the
definitely
end
felt like,
at the end of that vote, where they voted Denise out, she was like shook just from that. Like they want to see like Ty came in there confident. If we could
mm,
see a confident Amanda coming in, like owning everything, that would have been a much better look, I think.
right. You don't want to see somebody on their back foot when they're trying to
Like
get
pouting,
the votes for $1 million.
pouty face,
Yeah,
with doe
I mean,
eyes.
she's got very sweet doe eyes. I'll give her that. But
Did you voted
I
for her for
mean,
that?
no, I would have voted for Todd. I'm actually may have voted for Courtney. I found her story is actually very interesting. In terms of a Survivor player, which is weird because like normally like the tag whatever isn't typically the person. It's like to a degree. It's like some people might say, oh, that's like Jenna Maraska in some weird way, but like Courtney had way more agency in the game for more of the game than Jenna did. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I probably would have ended up voting for Todd, um it would have probably whoever had answered whatever questions I would have had more satisfyingly.
Yeah.
They
So
both, I think they both did a great job with that aspect of the final tribal.
yeah, I mean, it came down to a 4 to 2 to 1 vote. So Courtney
Mm,
actually ended up
yeah,
nudging out Amanda as well
yeah,
for second place.
right, right.
And yeah, this is the first time we've ever had all three people get voted. Like, we've had the final three a couple times, Cook Islands and Fiji, and it's always been
Hmm.
between two, and the third person's like a non-factor. So
Yeah,
this is interesting. Definitely
yeah,
made for
for
more
sure.
interesting, like more up in the air situation here. Even if Todd
Mm,
has seemingly been the front runner for some time. I mean, he's been the top of the power rankings probably since the very beginning of the merge, and I don't think it's
yeah,
ever changed. So it's like,
yeah, not at all.
but it's like it's almost like so expected that it's unexpected, right? Like someone who's so visibly the biggest threat there rarely gets to
Yeah,
the end. Especially in a situation like this where it's like he didn't win immunity at this last chance, so it's like this is their time. Well, obviously, you would take him out here, right? But I don't know. This whole Denise thing, are they that scared that Denise was gonna win it? Denise believed it
yeah. I
herself that she was gonna win it too.
I don't. I'm not confident about that. I don't think that like that's just such an odd play to me. It's like I would they've always said stuff like, oh, the sympathy card, but that's never been that major of a factor in Survivor. Like it plays a role. Like I don't think you can discount that it does play at least a little bit of an influence, but I've never seen it play as big an influence as you showing everyone else what you're made of out here. You showing your
Yeah,
family life is a bigger thing. That is very important. It's very important. But what are these people going to remember more? They're not thinking about like it's hard to imagine bigger picture when you only know somebody from what you've seen of them in this month and a week, right? So it's hard to kind of put that in perspective. I think a little, at least a little bit, when you're trying to kind of like figure out like who's more deserving of this based on how they've played a game. And yeah, there's some other personal factors too, but I'm looking at how they played this game. I don't think that I don't think that Denise would have had that significant of a play. I think there might have been some. There might have been people who respected her loyalty and her no never can quit attitude, even though she food thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious if they talk about this like seeing Denise as a threat as to like why. I'm curious if they'll go into some
I
of
don't know
that
if
with
Jeff will do the
Amanda.
thing like raise your hand if Denise is there instead of Todd
Yeah,
or
I hate
whatever.
that.
Because yeah,
'Cause it's
it's
like
still.
it's been like 6 months since that all happened. It's like you can't say that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. I have to look. I don't. I never really looked into it. I don't think into like
Mm,
interviews and stuff to see what people were actually thinking. Because I mean,
mm,
if you take what John Roberts said at face value, he seemingly would have voted for Denise just as like the only option, considering what he
yeah.
said. Like I hate Courtney, and said I wouldn't vote for these two.
Right.
So maybe him. James was close to Denise and respected her a lot, so I could see that.
Hmm. Yeah.
The other ones are where it gets harder to
It
see
gets
them
pretty
voting for her.
it it gets murky because like none of them really had that close of relationship. Like people that had the closest relationship with her were the people that were there, and the three of them
Do you really
basically.
think that
So
PG is gonna sit there and vote for Denise after she was the person?
absolutely
She kept
not.
trying to go to her like, let's make a move happen, make a move happen. She said no, and just got there by
Yeah.
virtue of getting dragged there at the last second.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like, how do you can't? I can't.
It's
If I
hard
was
to
in
see that.
like that.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, going back to like the bigger picture where we started here in the final four. Yeah, Denise really ended up going out with a real whimper here. Like
mm,
always, like it's do or die for me here. I got to make this decision. It's a big decision. Had a couple attempts there where she could have done something and she didn't. And then what did she do? She went out in fourth place, bottom of the
yeah,
totem pole. She literally was and never changed. And just like,
yeah.
all right.
It's kind of a sad, sorry state of things here. Yeah,
And it's like
but
maybe she could have not been that if she wasn't so resigned to be like she didn't have a convincing argument for Amanda to keep her.
right.
She when she was talking to
Yeah,
Amanda, she's like, I really need this money. Like Todd's gonna have his career. They're gonna have
yeah,
this. Okay, so you're basically telling me this is your pitch to the jury right now. Like it's a
right.
you're
Yeah,
a,
kinda.
you're an inviting person to vote for right next to me. It's like you need this money. Okay, that's more of a reason to vote you out. And then also went in the tribal council where she's like, actually, I can't really think of a reason they would not want to vote for me or vote me out here.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing in the world that I heard. That it's like, what?
Like, there's such
What
an
do you
easy
mean
pitch
you
to
can't
make. It
say
seems
that?
like
Yeah,
it's like
this.
you don't want to just keep being like, yeah, I agree. Todd probably is people don't like him. You want to be like, no, they're gonna respect Todd. They're not gonna respect me. I didn't do
Yeah,
anything in this game. Like she really could have pushed these things, and she didn't. She was just kind of like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I was gonna win the thing, so yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's hard to me to like if Amanda really thought that that would be the case versus her taking Todd because it seems to me her own logic, which she explained to Courtney, where it's like, but everyone likes Todd. Todd's gotten to know everybody. It's like he might be
She
the
had it right
strategic
there.
schemer, but everyone likes him, and it's like, yeah, you shouldn't keep him because he's gonna beat you. It's like she knew what was gonna happen,
So there's a
but
couple of
she still
things.
kept him anyway.
Is it that Courtney
It's very
was it that
strange to me.
Courtney's refusing to vote for Todd, so her option was to do a tie, and she didn't want to try to go for a tie vote? Was it
Well,
that or
Courtney didn't say that she because she did tell Amanda like I'll whatever you decide to do. Like, I don't know if she's just saying that or not, but
Right, but
it
then
would seem weird to me.
Yeah, Todd seemed to
Yeah,
think like, oh, Amanda could go vote for me and make it a tie. You know, like he was assuming like
yeah,
Courtney's locked, but Amanda's
yeah,
up in the air.
yeah.
So I
Right.
mean, there's that, or was she genuinely just scared of I vote Todd out here and then I lose to Denise? Like that would just
Yeah,
be
I
a
don't know.
stupid ending. Like it's almost just like that would be so stupid to actually lose to Denise.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really curious as to what their sort of thought process was about that whole thing. But
Because it was funny. As soon as
yeah,
she
I don't
voted
know.
out Denise, she was sad about it because Todd had took offense to Todd's like reaction or whatever,
Yeah,
and she was almost
yeah.
going back with someone like she didn't want to go back to with like I just
Right.
voted out the
Yeah,
wrong person almost,
yeah. That's kind of what it.
and she's just
She
sad.
felt like.
But that's my thing is like PG even said it with the doughy eyes, always looking up at people with doughy eyes, so apologetic and everything. It's almost like you
Yeah,
don't want to vote for that. Someone like Todd
yeah.
is more inviting to vote for because it's like, yeah, he's the winner. He's owning it, and she's like, she's after she just voted Denise out, she's sad about it, and they're both
You know,
Todd and Courtney are happy. It's like just the
you know what's
appearances
you know
is
what's
not good.
amazing. You know what's amazing about this also? I like how Eric is the one that voted.
Yeah,
You struggled. You struggled to stay truthful, and I appreciate
yeah.
that. You played a
You're just
hard
like
game.
me. You can't. It's hard. It's hard for you
It's
to
like,
smile, just like me.
yeah,
Never
just like
smiled in
me.
this game.
He never smiled. He
Certainly
is
not all the time.
certainly not constantly.
I believe. I don't think they go in. I don't know if they go into it. Maybe they do, but off of memory, I believe James is the other vote for Courtney.
Hmm.
So that's interesting.
Well, he was sweet on her really early on, so
Yeah, but I mean, he was happy when he shut John Robert up when Todd shut him up.
yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do we have in this episode? So we had the
Um,
whole
challenges. We had the
Amanda won both of them.
yep, the food dilemma one. Or is it the bridge over puzzle Y is what I called it?
Mm-hmm. And
Bridge
then
over puzzle
and then
Y.
exactly. And then she chose. She got to choose. You can either keep it for yourself, or you can bring one or two people with you. And so she chooses just bring Todd, which I guess like Courtney wasn't upset about it at all. So I
Yeah.
guess it was fine.
Because
But
she explained to her,
the
she was like, "Yeah,
explanation
I brought
is
it because I was trying to figure out like where's your head at? What's going on?" And she's like, and basically it was like, "Yeah, with he didn't give me an answer, and I still don't trust him." That was kind of like what she said.
yeah. Even though
So,
like the conclusion is it doesn't even matter that I don't trust him because I'm just gonna take him to the end anyway.
I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, which is like
I guess
I don't know about
trust
that.
does not matter at all at that point. It's really just if
Yeah,
she really thought that she'd have a better shot against Todd than Denise. I don't know.
and maybe
I just
yeah,
don't see it.
I don't either, but
But it'll
so
be
it's kind of a weird. It's not like a whimper ending, but it's just kind of weird. It's everything about it is like it just feels like a little like everyone. I'm exact like line of thinking was. It
because
doesn't seem to follow any like distinct train of any kind of logic to me.
the whole seasons
But
Denise has been left out of everything. I've been left out of everything. Should I make a move now? No, I won't. I'm fine with this four. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I'm left out of everything. And then they're gonna try to pitch us at the end that Denise is the threat to
yeah,
win. She's been
yeah, that
nothing.
makes no yeah, that makes no sense
I
to
mean, it
me
would
at
be
all.
unprecedented. We've never seen someone win who's like been
It would be
just did nothing.
completely unprecedented. Yeah,
Just was
it would be
left out
totally
of everything,
unprecedented.
was dragged along, was fine being on the bottom the entire time up until the very end, and she just wins because she needs the money. And Todd has his career in LA. He'll be fine. Well, Todd wouldn't be there. But Amanda, she has her modeling career. Courtney,
Yeah,
she's a waitress. She'll be fine.
she's a waitress. She's hot. It's fine. She'll be fine.
I don't know what did she say for Courtney? Because I don't really.
I don't remember. She's
If she's really
something
just
about
a
where she said
waitress, like,
acting or something. I don't know.
does she have an acting career? Maybe.
She's trying to be acting or something. So because I think was she from New York? I don't remember if where she said she was a waitress
Somewhere
at.
in New York.
Because a lot of because a lot of people who are
I think so.
waiting tables and stuff in New York are usually also people that are trying to seek acting careers as well. Because that's just like the easy.
Yeah.
It's because during the day you're going to auditions. At night you wait tables.
Yep.
It's how you live. How you make a living.
Just like Andrew Garfield did in.
Just like Andrew Garfield did. Well, Jonathan Larson did. Jonathan Larson.
Yeah. But so we saw, Amanda won that reward. Fine enough. She wanted to keep Todd there because she didn't trust him. I mean, that logic alone is fine. Like, I don't want to leave Todd with anybody to scheme against me.
Right.
But,
sure.
But then she also goes and wins this final immunity here. It was down between her and Denise. We could have had the reality where Denise is in the end and seen how that played out.
Yeah.
But
Denise tried to like bargain her way in there too, which is kind of weird.
I love when they do
that.
Let's make a deal. Clearly, it's so like transparently. Like, I'm about to lose this. So what are you thinking, Amanda? You just give it to me. I'm rock solid over here, right? Please.
She's like, wait. She's like, no. Why would I do that?
No, I won't let you quit. I won't let you quit now, Denise. That's not.
Also, in other words, I'm not quitting, Denise. get the hell out of here.
Yeah, because she's like, she had the best. She was like most solid the whole time in that challenge, and she even had the reverse bowl technique, which shook people to their core all throughout China. Yeah. Well, ultimately, once Amanda wins this immunity, I think actually the play, even if it was like she couldn't convince Courtney to vote otherwise, I think you still go for the tiebreaker because at that point you're immune, nothing's gonna happen to you, so just go for it, right? I think, especially when playing it up for the jury, it's gonna be such a more of a statement if they know you're trying to get Todd out at the very least, trying to make the big swing at the end. But
right. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an odd. I think it was an odd final decision for her. Like I even said during the reaction, I gave the $1 million away. Like I don't think she can beat Todd really, for the exact reasons that she said that she couldn't.
And she might have, like when John Rivera said that he stole it, she might have come in there with more favor than she had by the end of it, and lost it a little bit with her weak answers and Todd's strong answers. But
it's possible, especially because then like what's her face, even freaking Jamie just got weird with her questions and like getting like weirdly angry with them for like no reason.
Yeah,
like it was. I'm not sure where that was all coming from exactly. It was very like, I'm gonna start drama. Okay, I'm just starting drama.
She was pissed. She got made a fool of on her way out, I guess. But,
okay. Well,
it
wasn't their fault though.
I like how James came in and was like, "What was the most fun you had?" Because I know these guys are about to throw some heat, and I'm not a bitter Betty, so I'm gonna.
I'm not a bitter. Yeah, I'm not a bitter Betty. I think you said bitter baddie, and I was like, but then you said it again. You're right.
It sounds like baddie.
But... Yeah, but it's bitter Betty. Yeah, because there's like a baddie. That's like modern. That's like now. That's like 2020s lingo.
Yeah, baddies.
Like Gen Alpha
was maybe just a bad guy lingo at that time.
Maybe. It was probably would have been. Yeah.
I'm a bitter baddie.
Bitter Betty.
I'm the baddie. All right. So, anything else from this episode?
I don't think so. I think that's about it. It was
He's a slippery little sucker. Tell you what.
He's a slippery little sucker. That was the name of the episode too. That was the name of the episode too. He's a slippery little sucker. Yeah, and there he won. There he did it.
I mean, people often point to this as one of the better final tribal councils we've seen in terms of like a final tribal council performance from a winner. People speak very highly of Todd's performance.
He did a really good job. I think he navigated extremely well. So
he took ownership.
I mean,
also like making it fun and like saying exactly what people wanted to say. Where John Robert really just sucked him off exactly how he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You were my biggest strategic threat. All hail John Robert. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good answer.
Yeah, you became my biggest strategic threat when you start throwing the same ideas that I have
Yeah.
back at me. I need to get rid of you. Yeah, that
Yeah.
shut him. And then James, oh, that shut
Because
him
there's
up.
some truth to that. I don't think he actually thinks he was the biggest strategic threat, but I do think
Right.
there's truth to like, oh, he's coming up with ideas. I don't like. That's exactly how
Yeah.
I felt in the moment. It's like, oh, he's thinking of
It
ideas.
was really like, yeah, get rid of him. Get his out for the
I'm the
10.
schemer
He's coming
here.
up with
I'll
ideas.
be the
I'm the
schemer.
only idea. I'm the idea guy, and I say what I say is what goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So who's your MVP for the episode?
I mean, I gotta give it to Todd. I gotta
Gotta
give
it to Denise.
Yo, Denise, who's the arrogance of Denise, the weird pride of Denise.
You gotta
No,
give it
you gotta
to
Todd.
give it to
I mean-
Chicken for his final words, and I forgot about that too. What was that?
Yeah, but chicken showed up again to give his passing words
Passing words.
of wisdom.
Todd, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give it to Todd. I mean, I think you gotta respect that final tribal play. I feel like his Amanda's like overreaction also at the last vote out also didn't do her any favors too. She was like crying and then like was a big sad sack back. I mean, they didn't see her back at camp, so it didn't matter all that much. But it was sort of like, come on, like even if he was, it's like you got to be all sour grapes about it. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
It's a weird vibe. You usually don't when you go into like if there's no more votes left to be made. You don't usually go back to drama. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
weird vibe.
It's very rich. She's like going back and crying. It's like you're in the final three for crying out loud.
Well,
What do
she's
you
crying
got
out
to
loud.
cry about? Yeah, for crying out loud, she's crying out loud. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta give it to Todd. I mean, I agree with.
Denise
I
sucks
think I
at
agree.
life
I mean,
anyway, so.
I can't think of like special shout out to Courtney. I think she navigated Final Tribal very well as well.
Yeah, she had some very charming answers. Actually, it was like
yeah,
she was like actively winning people over. You could tell.
yeah.
Like, she dressed up.
Well, because she
got all dressed up for you, Frosty.
Yeah, get all dressed up. Yeah, that was cute. Yeah, I think that she like I think she genuinely thought about what she was gonna say at the end. Like you can tell that she really did take the time to think, to prep. And Amanda, I don't even know if she. I think she did, but she's just not very good in a situation like that. So
yeah, Courtney knew exactly what she needed to say from that position.
Mm-hmm.
She did about as best she could
Mm-hmm.
from the position she was in. Going up against someone like Todd, it was kind of it's like it ultimately it's kind of hard to outweigh that just with like a story, but she really did do well. It wasn't like if you come in and you're just like pretend like you're the strategic mastermind, it's not going to work. Or if you pretend or you just try to ask for pity, you know, she played into her personality. She's like got my winning personality with her sarcasm in there.
yeah,
And how she's like overcome the greatest odds kind of thing.
yeah, she's like I didn't think I could do this. I didn't have a strategy. I didn't know what I was. But like, you just in spite of all of that, like it's kind of like almost like I grew the most out of these two, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm here because I did more ultimately to like strangely navigate my way through the strange game. And so
I'm curious if there was like a Todd or Amanda and Courtney final two, like how would that have gone? I wonder. Like, would her like speaking better in final tribal council really outweigh it enough, like to where she would get the majority of the votes, or would like some of those Todd votes kind of acquiesce over to Amanda anyway?
Yeah, it's entirely possible. It's almost like it's sort of like the Todd's performance like may even beat out the Chris final.
Yeah, they're both very
it's like
solid
they were
ones.
both up there. They're both pretty solid, yeah. So, yeah.
But we're gonna check out the reunion. All right, so maybe we'll see some of this talked about in there. See what we get.
Hope so. Hope we get something anyway.
So stay tuned for that. Fun finale here. And after that, we got the season review coming about a week or so from now, a week or two from now. And we'll be able to break down everything. There's going to be some stuff to get into for sure. We'll have questions we'll be answering.
Excellent.
A lot of stuff. It'll probably be a pretty meaty one. And then on to the next season soon after. All right? So if you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out, it's got to be another Survivor finale. Why don't you go check out the Amazon finale? You know, Todd winning is almost like the version where Rob Cesternino wins. Like,
yes,
like if Jenna
kind of is.
If Jenna voted out Matt instead of Rob at the end, kind of thing. You know, that's what it feels like. Her voting out Denise over Todd.
Right.
But he's the main schemer. He was like our protagonist we almost went to for much of the season, in the forefront of everything. So yeah, check out the Amazon finale. Admittedly, for a strong season, was not like we always talk about as not the strongest finish, because it's not exactly the most satisfying winner in the world, but that's the beauty of Survivor. You get the best of both worlds here.
Yeah, because we'll get into it later. Like this season had a lot of ups and downs. I think there's some really great stuff and stuff that I did not, but it's interesting. I mean, I value this season for what it is. So
it's funny thinking back of when you were so sour on Courtney, to think that she never could have imagined she's here getting the second most votes to win in the end.
She's winning me over. She won me over. It's weird. I was up and down. I was up and down with half this cast most of the time. It was they're very strong personalities, that's for sure. So
yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. I did want to mention when you were talking about Denise, and we were like, when you come into the game of Survivor, it's kind of like you're not worried about the stuff, your real life, And I think that's kind of the beauty of Survivor. It's like you come in, everyone's on quote equal playing field. It's like you're a Survivor player. It's not. They can say Amanda the beauty queen, Courtney the waitress, but that's not what we knew them by the whole season. It's not like, oh, I remember Courtney the waitress. It's like, no, I remember Courtney with her sarcastic remarks and her just bluntness. You don't remember.
But Denise was a lunch lady.
She was a lunch lady, and she said it. But she said it. I am a lunch lady.
I was like produce Ryan.
Yeah. That's
Produce Ryan. Well, that's
that on
our
its
name
head.
for him.
Yeah, because no one ever. He was never known by being a produce clerk. He didn't talk about being a produce clerk on the show. It's just they put that little lower thirds, and we ran with it. But the beauty of Survivor is you come into your own. It's like your own. You are what you make of it as a Survivor player. You're this.
It's true. It's very true.
So to see someone hypothetically win just because they're a lunch lady, that's something else. That's next level.
That would have been something else. But yeah.
Right. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We got more Survivor every week, folks. All right. Leave a comment below, and we always read the comments on the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast we record, or we'll address them in the review. Though it's tough, with the timeline, it might be too late by now. So most likely it will be addressed in the podcast in some form. But I read every comment, and anything that Alec can hear about, he'll read as well. So thank you, and take care until next time.